So while I was in the beginning of my healing process, I did uncover that there had been some early childhood trauma in my ex's life that could have perhaps been the cause of why he was abusive or why he was so rageful. And I didn't focus on that so much, but it was brought to my attention within the first, I'd say 60 days of the time that I was healing. So it was new information that was brought to me. But by that time, I was beyond focusing on him and focusing on me and staying safe. And once I recognized that he had had some trauma that could have caused this, and it was so significant what I was told, that it changed my whole perspective about what I knew about his family. So having that even come to light, it helped me in my healing, because it helped me just say, okay, that's not my stuff, it's his, and I am so past this, I've got to get out, and I want to stay out. And it just helped me, almost like I felt sorry for him, but I couldn't help him. Also, he may have used that as a way to try to pull me back in, like, I've got so much, I can't deal with this, and there's nobody else in my life but you. So some of the ways that what happened to my ex and his early childhood trauma that spilled over into his adult life, and what they say, that cycle continued. So he repeated the cycle of violence that he experienced in his family and his home life, and he brought it into our marriage and our home. And once I left and I separated, and then I found out that those things had happened to him, he would write me letters. He would say, I need you to help me heal from this. This is why I did it. I'll never do it again, because now I know that it was just these things that happened to me that I never talked about because it was my dad. And you can't talk about these things when it's your own. So as much as it made me feel sorry for him, and I would write back a letter and just say, I'm so sorry you went through that, but I can't help you heal. And he would write back and say, but I'll kill myself if you don't stay with me and help me. And then I was learning things about that tactic being a tactic just to get me back. So a lot of the things that I learned from the power and control wheel and from the tactics that they use, he was displaying all of these. Ellen Pence explains, even when he's being nice to you, it's part of the violence. So, because if he's, in this case, maybe sexually abusing me or taking those liberties without my permission because he felt entitled to it because I was his wife, or because he was using certain behaviors to control me, that's part of and then the next day he's super nice. One day he's doing this, and the next day he's nice, he's bringing you flowers, and there's this whole honeymoon stage. That's part of the violence. So whether they're being nice or using power and control or trying to isolate you, it's all part of the same thing. It's not cyclical.